That's hilarious. Sorry, Petula. I forgot to unmute myself off of Skype. I just gave the whole intro spiel, so
No worries.
you didn't hear me, but the stream heard me.
Fair.
Okay, so we are on Overgrowth for the final series of the night. Let's go ahead and introduce the Teal Terran player in the top right corner of Overgrowth. He plays for Guns N' Roaches, and his name is House Peddler.
And in the bottom left, playing for All Inspiration, we have Silky. Silky getting Zerg. Feeling pretty comfortable with Zerg. Almost beating Tux with a pretty sick Roach drop. I think his Zerg is not bad, per se.
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested to see what he's going to do here against House Peddler and how House Peddler will adapt. Wonder also if House Peddler is just going to go for the gasless opening as well.
I don't think he's going to. I'm going to guess no.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess.
But we will see. So yeah, both players, this is the last series of the night, as I'm sure G-Dog said. It's been a marathon cast, 4 hours going now. So long.
Yeah,
but yeah.
and that's what I said when I had you muted. I said we can go ahead and thank House Peddler and Tux for the initial TVT series for that one, because that just took absolutely forever to get going.
Yeah, right. Usually TVZ is done by the 15-minute mark, so that's good. We'll hope no Swarm host mech game, please. Please, please, Lord.
All right, so gas is going down for House, and also for Silky. Before getting the hatch, he did that before. Remember, it was with the Speedlings, and then it just kind of got shut down by a closed supply depot, and it kind of put him behind.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, if he's going to be going with this early attack style, I'd like to see him at least keep with it and get a Baneling Nest also. But
if I was House Peddler, I would do a Hellbat timing right now. And if I was Silky, I would do something really similar, build 6 lings and try to deny the expansion for as long as possible with those 6 lings.
yeah, I mean, that's probably most likely what these Lings are meant to do, because it's pretty much all they can really do against a Terran player. But now that House Peddler has scouted it, he's probably just going to build his command center on the high ground.
Yeah, he's like, what? No expo? That's weird. You 6-po me, bro? I feel like that's what House Peddler would say in his head.
Yeah.
Alright, now I'm delirious. Reaper coming out, just checking for early lings.
And it's going to find them out on the middle of the map here. Silky is going to follow up with an expansion once again, and that's why I'm not the hugest fan of this play. If he can make something work with it and make me a fan of it, I'm totally cool with that. But I'm pretty much expecting the same thing we saw before, where he's going to... okay, I mean, I guess he can use these Lings to defend against the Reaper play.
Yeah, he's going to have super early speed. Reaper or Hellion play. He's going to shut down, but we see no factory coming down. We have... Yeah, oh, there we go, factory. A little delayed on that factory.
Yeah, so
Actually,
House
like,
is just going to...
super delayed. That's like a good 10 seconds that he could have had that factory done.
Yeah,
That's
he was about 50 gas late on that one. But, I mean, he's building a bunker here. He thinks he has to play really defensive, and I suppose that is a plus of this build that Silky's going for. But he's totally pulled out of gas, and he's only got speed. And this handful of Lings isn't really going to be able to do much. He's going to chase off this Reaper, and that's about it. So,
yeah, he's not going to kill it. Reaper's like, see you later.
yeah. And
he does force the CC on the high ground. That's something. Forces a bunker. He's not going to be taking... Oop, get out of there. Good scout sees the factory, I think.
yeah, I mean, he could pretty much expect that anyway, but let's take a look. Yeah, he did spot the factory, so he knows that Hellions are going to be coming. He's building a macro hat. Oh, okay. Thank you, Silky. I was gonna question your sanity there, but he went ahead and canceled it, and he's gonna go ahead and build a third base over here where it belongs.
Was that... you think it misclick?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, it was a pretty perfectly placed macro hatch, but then he canceled it and went on to place it at the third base. So,
You
probably.
lose minerals doing that, right? Like 30 or 40?
He lost 75 minerals, I think, for doing that. So
a donation to the House Peddler.
Yeah, a little bit. And now, I mean, we're seeing the same sort of thing that Silky did before, where he, he's taking the third base and he's macroing up nicely behind it. But I just feel like if he already took the third base, he'd be in a better position. But we'll see. I'm not really trying to slam on Silky too hard. I feel like, actually, now that I think about it, I probably was a little over the top with it. So I apologize. I love Silky, and I'm happy to see a little bit of different play style coming out of him.
We do have this expansion only having one SCV at the 7:30-minute mark. I mean, building it on the high ground, having to fly it over, takes a long time, and now he can transfer the SCVs down. So there is that. I mean, there are slight advantages gained. Definitely gives you map vision too. But really, I think it's for Reaper play. I think he's guessing that House Peddler's the type of guy that's going to build more than one Reaper. You have early speed, 6 Lings could definitely trap that and just shut it down completely. Which didn't happen, unfortunately. He's going to try to get the surround. No, he's not going to try to get the surround. He's just going to go straight to the Expo. Hellbats, this is what I was expecting right here. This is going to be super hard for Silky to defend. Really, Silky needed to sack an Overlord at the, 7:30-minute mark, 6:45-minute mark to look for the armory, and he didn't, and this armory just surprised him, and it's going to be near impossible to stop.
Yeah, the amount of games I've lost like this is in the high 20s probably. The Banelings are going to morph here, and they're going to get a couple okay hits off, but he's already lost so many drones. Or actually, you know what? He hasn't lost that many drones. He was able to evacuate most of them, but he's about to lose so many drones here as the rest of the army gets cleaned up.
We do have some Banes popping. He's going to go after the spawning pool. I like him going after these Overlords. If he can get these 4 Overlords, this drop is worth it. If he can't... Good hits there.
Nice micro, though, from House Peddler, lifting up the Hellbats, and there's still 3 alive, and he's healing them with these medevacs.
Okay,
5.
now that he's got 5 kills, 6 kills, that's good.
Yeah.
Now he's getting work done.
Now, it's worth noting here, there was a run-by of Lings over here at the Natural. They were able to take the command center down to half health, but then they got cleaned up, so they didn't kill the command center or anything like that.
This isn't terrible for Silky. It's not game over like I thought it was going to be. Those Banelings morphin really helped a lot. Without those Banelings, it's GG. But saving a lot of drones. He only 6 drones killed, and these Overlords did not die. I'm going to say Silky's in a slight advantage.
I wouldn't go as far as to say he's in an advantage, because he also lost all his queens. So,
that's true.
Yeah, so the inject power not really going to be there. But he definitely did a better job holding that than I expected. For a minute there, it looked like he was just going to roll over and die. So nicely done to survive the onslaught.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like you said, the natural here is not very well saturated for the Terran player.
If he would have kept his queens, I think he would have been an advantage. But you're right.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
a big hit. His production's like a third of what it could be without those queens. 33% right now. Maybe less.
Alright, so what's the follow-up here? We do have Lair coming down finally. This 11-minute Lair. It's going to finish after 12 minutes. And then we'll actually get to see, most likely, the Spire going down, as we do have +1/+1 melee coming through. Baneling Nest on the way, so I'm assuming we're going to see a Spire.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I agree. Silky feeling uncomfortable right now, building a bunch of Lings before he's going to droning.
Yeah, true. That's a good point here. And you know what? I mean, there's an army force moving across the map here for House Peddler. Looking like he may have some... What? He just killed one of his Marines again there. That's another theme of tonight. Little misclicks with the units shooting each other.
My favorite was the Hellion. It he shot like 4 Reapers in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's been one of those nights all around. So these Widow Mines are going to be really powerful in this attack.
Yes.
If they can get some money shots off, as well as loading up the second drop coming over from the natural here. Interesting to see how Silky's going to deal with this as the Marines move in. Obvious.
Gotta get good hits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Picks up a lot.
Got a few beans. And he's going to go ahead and redrop and try to pressure this third base. And meanwhile, this other drop is coming towards the main base here of Silky. So as long as House Peddler can keep Silky busy for a minute or so here, he's going to set himself up.
Nice target fire on those Banes. And a pickup.
Yeah. Yeah, and Silky's whole army is here. But House Peddler a little bit slow on the drop here at getting this guy into the main base, but he is coming in now.
He's taking his time.
Yeah.
Oh, big mine hit. 8 links go down. Now, this drop is uncontested in the main.
Yeah, and there's even a Widow Mine with it as well. He's going to go ahead and drop it right near the ramp so that it'll pick off anything that tries to come up and defend against this drop. Potentially he could even take out the whole lair here.
Good. That was nice. Good micro from Silky to not really be cost inefficient against that mine.
Nice transfuse here over at the third base to try to save the Spine Crawler for a little bit longer, but House Peddler is doing a lot of damage here.
House Peddler up, double supply, 120 supply to 63. No third base down at the 15-minute mark. It's going down now. Third base not saturated at all for Silky. Silky's definitely hurting. He's just been on his back foot this whole game.
Yeah. And House Peddler keeping the pressure on here. Every time I look back at his reinforcements, the line is bigger and bigger. Now he's got 4 medevacs, he's got 4 Widow Mines, and a whole bunch of Marines. These Marines do have +1 attack as well.
Mute is popping for our Zerg player, but I just don't see it being enough.
If he loses this third base, it's going to be incredibly hard to come back from this. This is game number 2, right? I believe.
I don't think so.
I don't know, I could be wrong.
No, I don't think so. I think it's game number 1.
I'm going absolutely crazy tonight. Well, the third it has been for sure. The third base has gone down here, so Silky is really in a pretty all-in situation. It looks like he's going to try to sneak this third base over here on the left side, which is, it's an option here. But with the, he actually is controlling the watchtower over here. Not for long though, as this Marine is coming to take care of that.
Yep. Where is he?
Oh, that Marine died.
I kind of wish that House Peddler just pushes and wins the game now. He's up double supply. He's got upgrades, I think. Let's see, what are the upgrades? 0-1 versus 1-1. Actually, Zerg has the upgrade advantage, but it's just army comp advantage. I also wish that he'd build Marauders. I don't know why he's not. He's being really lazy about that.
Yeah, well, he kind of has the right to be at this point because his army is so big. We're seeing a double drop come into the main here. Well, he's setting up a push at the third base that Silky really wants to hold. I mean, the fact that he went for this after losing it shows how much he wants it here. And all the drones being evacuated from the main, pulling the whole army here, Lings, Banelings, and Mutas all to the main base. So this third base goes down incredibly quickly.
And this is going to be GG.
Yeah, this is a ton of Marines here. I suppose the Banelings have a chance to get some good hits. Speed is going to finish literally right now, but these are a lot of Widow Mines here, all spread up.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. So many Banelings going down here. There was a couple good hits, but there's a GG from Silky.
Yeah.
Well played from House Peddler. He looks poised to take this series.
House Peddler, yeah, he looks posed to move on. This could be our last game of the series. The next map's going to be... Let's see.
Expedition Lost.
Ooh, interesting choice.
I love this map.
Player chose that. Oh, you do love it. As a Zerg player, that surprises me.
I love it as a StarCraft player. Like and as a caster as well. This map has a lot of cool little tricks. The back rocks it's different than like a King Sejong station where the back rocks they sometimes came into play. I think in this on this map, I think the back rocks should come into play every game. Oops.
Yeah, it's one of those things that frustrates you at first, and you're like, oh, how much health do these rocks have? I want to take a third. And you're like just sitting there with like SCVs attacking the rocks, like looking at your watch kind of thing. But yeah, once you get a handle of it, I think it's a really fun map. It's not terrible as a Zerg player either to take that third.
Yeah, well, generally when I'm playing Zerg, I actually take the other third, and I just get
Oh, do you?
speedlings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just try to stay mobile and defend.
That
Um,
seems to be the most frequent third taken, I think. Yeah. When
yeah,
you play
well,
Zerg.
we'll see if Silky gets Zerg. We'll see what he wants to do here as we load up Expedition Lost for the possible last map of the night. Taking care of this Chobo Star League group here. And here we go, loaded onto the map. We have in the top right corner of Expedition Lost, spawning for Team Guns and Roaches. He's currently up 1-0, and his name is House Peddler.
And in the bottom left, for all inspiration, we have our random player, Silky. Silky will be spawning, looks like, Terran. TVT, I was impressed with this Terran. Almost taking a game off of Tux, I think. Right?
Yeah, that seems
So
familiar. I know everything's becoming a blur here after all of this, all these games we've been casting. But we both have passion for StarCraft. This is what we love to do, casting games.
Yeah. No, this is really fun. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right. So, TVT on Expedition Lost. Going to be pretty interesting.
That delayed good luck, have fun. Good
Yes.
luck, have fun, GG, coming from Silky. I'm gonna guess Marine Tank out of House Pillar again. Seems to be what he likes to do. Silky, I think he's gonna cheese this game.
You think so? I think it would be a good idea, but I've never seen him actually do any cheese play here, and the barracks going down at home.
Yep. Get your gas. Proxy Factory Starport. Mine drop.
Could work.
I believe. Just put in that third, YOLO.
It's a pretty good good map for that type of thing if it goes unscouted. Like if you're Protoss and you drop a pylon over here and get the Stargate literally like 3 feet away from the main,
Yeah.
could be a pretty dangerous play.
So dirty.
Look at this.
We got
You-
some scouting going on for House Peddler. We do have a proxy building? What is that?
It's a barracks.
That is a barracks.
So we're looking to see. It's like a House Peddler build being
Yeah,
used
right?
against House Peddler.
It's like, it's almost like you watched these games and took notes. It's like, that's a good idea.
House Peddler getting a full scout, realizing, okay, where's your second supply depot?
Yeah, right?
Where's your second building? Should be coming down right around now. After he drops his factory, he's going to come in and look and see where Silky is planning to build his building.
Yeah, that's SCV seems frantic. He's like, what? What's going on? Where? What? He's like, no Reaper. What? This isn't gas first. He didn't check the gas though. We do have a Reaper coming out from both. 2-Rax Reaper seems to be the play. Now this map is actually not very Reaper friendly. There's only a very small area that the Reapers can come up. Surprisingly, by the rocks at the bottom of the main of House Peddler, you can't jump up there.
I know.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous, actually. I remember when these maps first came out, and I was watching someone play, and they were trying desperately. They kept clicking over here, like, "Come on, get up there," because it actually looks like they can.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, unable to do so. So House Peddler is going to play a little bit defensively. I think he's getting the starport out, and these Reapers, actually, 2 of them coming in, are going to be able to take out 2 Marines. But with 3 here,
Oh no, this is a Reaper. This makes it so.
he's going to lose
much less.
both of them.
Oh my gosh, he does.
2
That's so
Reapers and an SCV for the cost of 2 Marines is definitely not worth it.
High ground, man. High ground.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
one of those feeling things with Reapers. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. But when you're first starting, it's really tough. Playing random, it's like you don't do Reapers every other game like some Terran players do, and it's gotta be. It's like a feel thing. It's like anything, I guess. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still forcing these Reapers a little bit. Actually, just as I say that, he's going to turn around and go home with them, and I think that's a good idea. He's just bringing the barracks over to House Peddler's house.
Yeah.
It's
he's
like, hey, man, you want to hang out? I brought my own barracks. There's like a PS4 in there or something.
He's looking for the natural, and he's not seeing it. He's like, I just want to party. What are you doing?
Now, his tech is severely delayed here. He is getting stim, which is nice, but He's going to be following up with just purely Bioforce here. There's going to be no tanks, no medevac support. He's getting a second base here, which is kind of nice. Neat little add-on here. But, I mean, there's going to be tanks up here. How are you going to attack into tanks with with only Bio?
Well, you don't.
Yeah, just doesn't really work.
You go to the rocks and you try to be sneaky like a ninja.
Yeah, actually, and you know what? That is a really good option here. I think it's pretty much all Silky can do if there's going to be siege tanks sieged up over here at the natural.
I really wish buildings that could fly could crash down and injure units. That would make this game so much fun.
Like, it would be a build where you go for like a kamikaze barracks play.
Oh my gosh, it would make base trades so much more interesting.
Someone was a little bit off topic here, but maybe a month and a half ago, do you remember there was a Twitch stream going on where this guy got himself into like a 6-hour game against a Zerg player, and he just floated his buildings?
Yeah. Base God Marco or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that game was going on, we had some talk in team chat about it, and someone brought up a good option. I think it might have been Name, who said that it'd be cool if the buildings would start burning after a couple minutes of floating.
Oh.
And I think that's actually a really good idea, because what practical reason is there besides like in TVP when you use a factory scout, or in this case, I mean the barracks is actually doing a pretty good job scouting.
Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty awesome.
Or they like run out of fuel and have to land, and if they
Yeah,
land in
yeah.
that zone, they just blow up.
That would work too. We do have House Peddler moving up here. He's got a double tank push. I'm going to be sieging up, and this
super hard. He needs to attack now when that siege untanked. He's got to pull SCVs, and he didn't do either. It's true.
So yeah, I mean, he did pick off that tank, but there's still a second one here, and there's enough Marines to deal with this Bioforce of Silky with medevac supports as well. And this is not looking good here. Hellion's coming down, but the tank is sieged up. It did siege a little bit late.
Silky's got such a big worker advantage. This is really a time that you want to pull your workers and have them attack with your army. Especially in the beginning with those tanks, because you could just crush that. If he just pulled his SCVs and attacked with his entire army, he could take a really big army advantage, and his worker count it's 10 up right now. Like he'd rather have this natural and be down 10 workers than not have the natural at all, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And he's going to be losing that natural here. The medevac support is really key here. Marauder's doing a good job, but...
Nice pickup from...
Yeah, I guess that was pretty cool here. Command Center's going to be okay, so he actually didn't lose it. And I mean, he didn't lose any worker, did he? He lost 3 workers, so not quite as much as he should have there. So overall, it was pretty nicely dealt with. I think House Peddler slipped up a little bit in sieging his tanks a little late.
Yeah, I agree. A little aggressive.
I think the play was good. I just think if the tanks were sieged up quicker, then the Marauders wouldn't have been able to survive long enough to get in there and kill him.
Or just take high ground vision with your medevacs. Like, he didn't have to have his tanks on the high ground.
Yeah, that's really true too. Well, that's not what happened, and Silky actually did clean it up, and he's got a nice worker lead. He's a little bit supply blocked right now, so that's going to allow House Peddler to catch up a bit.
Yep, confirmed House Peddler is scrubbed, though, so it's all good.
All right, well, we got a follow-up attack here.
This is going to be really hard for Silky to handle. There's 2 medevacs, although he's getting some hits off these medevacs, but yeah, reinforcements come, and we only really have 2 Marines at home and 2 medevacs filled, but the medevacs are filled behind the army.
Yeah, they're going to come in and get a good flank, and actually the flank is going to be good enough to probably clean this up, but the command center is going to go down.
Oh yeah.
Or
he needs to kill it now. Oh, he's going to save the command center. Very nice. Good surrounds.
Well,
like
nothing's repairing it yet. It's burning.
Not yet. It's got 100 health. Do you believe?
Silky. Silky, do not let this happen.
Oh, he is microing his army right now.
Oh my god. Oh, he caught it. Oh.
He's in a good position. It's basically even on... oh no, he's up army supply, up worker supply. Upgrades, we've got no engineering bays for Silky. And 1 +1 attack's just about to finish. That's going to help a lot. He's going after the rocks, but the what would Sherlock Holmes say? The something is up.
His spidey sense is tingling. He knows the
Yeah.
he knows the rocks are being shot down. So, but you know what? It's not that big of a deal. Now, if Silky wants to make like 6 Hellions later on in the game and run them up there, get into the mineral line, it's going to be a pretty awesome play for him. So he's got that going for him. Attacking up this ramp though is not the best decision.
No siege tanked. He does have more medevacs. That's a big deal. But still a lot of Marines with +1 attack. Like I said earlier, he's gonna just do a better job against 0-0 bio. 5 SCVs do go down. So he's actually still ahead in worker supply by 5 SCVs. And his army supply is up by 3, so Silky definitely still in this game. This is just, it's kind of like they're trading blows. It's like, alright, it's your turn to go across the map. Alright, it's my turn to go across the map. But this time they're going to meet in the middle. And half of his army supply is out of position. He's going to take a really good engagement here.
Yeah, that was really well done by Silky here, and he's holding his own really well against House Peddler. Oh, what happened there? My camera went all crazy, but he's gonna try. Is he gonna stim into that? Yeah, he is. Now here's the thing. House Peddler has now dropped down his 3rd command center, and he's going to try to move into the beginning of the late game, or the end of the mid game, if you want to call it that.
He cannot die here. This is really important, but +1 attack, once again. Really good.
For whatever reason, it seems like every time somebody attacks into House Peddler, he just always wins the Marine engagement.
Well, it's obviously hacks.
Yeah.
Kappa.
Alright, so again, both players just going to be macroing up, and House Peddler is catching up now in terms of worker count. Silky's overextending here for sure.
Well, Silky kind of went into a 2-base all-in. I mean, he's not throwing a 3rd base down. He's going as much bio as he possibly can. He's not getting upgrades. He's got to make something work now, or his timing's going to go. He is up by 20 army supply, which is nice. He also is up on medevacs. And more medevacs kind of evens out the discrepancy in upgrades. I just wish that he would use his medevacs by dropping in 2 different places at once, because really, House Peddler's not defending. Especially with this 3rd out, he can't defend all 3 places.
Yeah, having a 3rd down here and a natural way over here is going to be pretty hard to defend. But with the tanks that he's getting out, like he can leave 1 or 2 sieged up and kind of just expect them to be good enough defense, and sometimes they are.
Yep. Money scan's going down, seeing everything.
Just glanced over at the...
go in the main, and then go up the ramp. That's what I want.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to get something like that done here. He's got a double drop.
There we go.
And the scan missed it.
It did. Both armies are kind of posturing that there might be an engagement. But, drop in the main. Nice. Now, there is high ground advantage for Silky, which you might not know. He's trying to take the tank out. This is not what he wants. I don't know. I can't tell how much stuff is for Silky. There's too many medevacs. Alright, all of it goes down.
Yeah,
But
again, House Peddler just wins the engagement. This drop, though, is doing okay work. He's going to take out the tech lab. I wish that the drops would focus on something here instead of just splitting the damage, because, I mean, he did half damage to the tech lab and half damage to the command center, but he didn't kill anything.
3rd finally going down for Silky. Engineering bay is also going down.
Is that the first time we've seen engineering base? Yes, it is. Wow. That has that 19-minute engineering bay timing. And House Peddler gets a nice scan here to realize that Silky is deciding to try to macro out of this. Silky still has a supply lead. He's playing pretty well. I think there's been a little bit of a slip up here and there, but you know, and if those mistakes weren't made, then he actually would be even further ahead. So his macro has been pretty good to keep up with House Peddler like this. Something I noticed about House Peddler as well is he's really good about getting these sensor towers down when he realizes that his opponent is pretty keen on attacking a specific area, he just drops a sensor tower there, so he doesn't necessarily have to always have army units there.
I really feel like it just happened overnight that Terran started building sensory towers in mid to late games, and it just is like it went from like sensory towers never being built in the GSL to them always being built. It seemed like overnight. I don't know.
I remember,
they're, especially in TVT, they're really helpful.
Yeah, of course, and I mean TVZ as well. When you want to catch those mutas coming in, they're really, really good buildings. And I remember feeling the same way. Like, why does nobody make sensor towers? And then now everyone's doing it. So.
Yeah. Blizzard knew they were 3 years ahead of the meta.
Yeah. So Housepeddler feeling pretty confident about this. He does have a couple tanks here, so he can push Silky off of the watchtower.
If you look at army supply, Silky does have an advantage, but just the upgrade discrepancy and the tech discrepancy is really hurting him. He hasn't landed his third yet, though, because of the drops that were happening. And like I talked about before, he's really keeping his army together. He knows he kind of has a smaller army, so he can't really split up his army. But because of it, it's definitely allowing drops to get some work done. I just wish that Silky would drop more. Worker supply is still even at 47. It's been that way for like at least 6 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, they're like 3 base Terrans playing on 2 base economy. This isn't Zerg. You can't just spit units out of your command centers.
Yeah, right? They're just like, yeah.
But the scans are helping.
So
Players.
6 around, it looks like a 6 around on the map, but it's just Medivacs.
Yeah, and actually, Silky's losing a lot of his units here.
Yeah. It's just the upgrade plus tech discrepancy. This fight is not going to go the way Silky wants.
Well, that being said, upgrades are now equal. Silky has caught up. He got the engineering base and went. We have
That's going to help out a lot. No tank sieging up. I feel like House Peddler's a little tired, but once again, House Peddler's hacks allow him to win that engagement, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah, his Marines are just stronger.
Yeah.
And they're going to win that engagement here. The armory's going down for Silky. He's planning on getting +2/+2, and if this game goes on long enough to allow him to get that, things will be looking pretty good for him. We don't have an armory. Oh, yeah, we do. Wait, no, that's yellow. We do have an armory.
The difference here is 8 Medivacs to 1. There's about... all these Medivacs just not doing any work for a Terran player.
That engagement not really going how Silky thought he would. You saw him like stutter stepping, stimming into the tanks, and then all of his Marines just died.
Well, he didn't have any Medivacs. He had 7 Medivacs just chilling off the course of the map.
House Peddler has taken a pretty commanding supply lead here, and he is streaming across the map with reinforcements, and Silky scanning this, realizing he's actually in a bit of trouble. Both players have lots and lots of Medivacs, but House Peddler now has a stronger army by just a little bit, and he's got some tanks. Here
nice
comes the
siege.
siege.
Looks like SCV's just chilling in the middle of the map.
Oh no, it was a good idea in theory from Silky here, but it just didn't pan out here. He needed the SCVs to join with the attack, but that's not what happened. And House Peddler is going to take the final game of the night on Expedition Lost, pushing him into the round of 16 with Tux. So in the end, everything sort of played